Sam and Colby, it's no secret that they're one of YouTube's biggest paranormal juggernauts, right? But how big are they actually? Well, I think that you're going to be incredibly disturbed by how big they truly are, because when I saw the figures that I'm about to read off to you and the way that they generate income, it is mind-blowing the amount of money that these guys actually make, to the point where it makes you wonder, right? If debunkers making debunking videos actually even affects them even in the slightest. So this comes from Business Insider, right? So they've done a report on Sam and Colby over the kind of 2024 calendar year and spoke about how much income they truly made in that calendar year. And the numbers, like I state, are eye-watering. So, basically, Sam and Colby, high school friends from Kansas, have transformed their YouTube fame into a multifaceted media empire, and they have generated approximately $20 million in revenue last year alone. 20 million. $20 million last year alone. That's 10 million each. If you if they don't have any editor costs, location costs, which I'm sure they do. Maybe they pay the guests to be involved, but some of them I have no doubt will do it for free. 20 million is actually insane. Now you're probably wondering, well, where does that money come from? Well, there's a lot. So obviously there's content that they create on YouTube that generates a shit ton of money. They've just announced their Sam and Colby Espanol channel, so all of their videos are translated into Spanish, which means that they've got more revenue coming in that way. But they've also evolved their content. So, initially gaining popularity on Vine with stunts and skits, Sam and Colby transitioned to YouTube, amassing 14 million subscribers, and their content evolved from exploring abandoned places to conducting paranormal investigations. And basically, it's evolved from that into other things, right? So their team expanded from 8 to 16 employees in 2024, and that included staff for dubbing videos in Spanish, which led to a significant spike in subscriptions and ad revenue. And they've also produced feature-length films with Sam and Colby, The Legends of the Paranormal, premiering in TCL's Chinese theater and ranking 6th at the domestic box office before being distributed to 350 theaters. So obviously they've taken their content and essentially made movies out of it. To the point where, that's also now an income for them. That is crazy. Now, Legends of the Paranormal, it was received to a mixed bag of reviews. Obviously, people weren't particularly happy with how overly heavy the film was based on AI and AI-generated content. But on the whole, it seemed to be received pretty well. So that made them a shit ton of money, and there's no surprise that... I wouldn't be surprised, to hear that maybe later on down the line they're probably going to get another deal in some capacity to make another movie, feature-length film kind of thing, and put it in more theaters, because it was ultimately a success with a bunch of teenagers. But that's not all that they've used to get money. They've obviously got their XPLR merch line, or apparel line. So in 2017, they launched their clothing brand XPLR, and emphasizing exploration and community over personal branding. In 2024, XPLR achieved $7.7 million in online sales and $5.3 through retail partnerships with Zoomies and Hot Topic. In total, their merch line, right, made them around 14 million US dollars. $14 million. 13 million. 14? 13. 13 million. My maths is a bit off. It could be one of the two. So half of their income was literally made through merch sales. That's friggin' crazy to think about, isn't it? Imagine making that much money just selling your merch. That's crazy. Crazy stuff. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. That's not the only thing that they've got, as they've also obviously ventured beyond just YouTube content and apparel, as they have also invested in experimental businesses, and also experiencing businesses. So they purchased the Haunted Elementary School of the Farah High School in Iowa for filming and tours, and plan to open an escape room in the Escape Hotel in LA. These guys are literally taking over the paranormal world. They are what Zak Bagans is to TV to YouTube. And that's not to, like, shit on their names, because I actually respect Sam and Colby so much more than I do Zak Bagans. But I can also respect what Zak Bagans has done with what the limited stuff that he's had. Not to say anything he had that was limited, because he got a show on Discovery Channel, made it a hit, and then, like, the rest is history, right? So, like, you know, he kind of had a leg up. But these guys built themselves from nothing. They didn't need a TV network. You know, they built themselves from Vine over to YouTube, went over the exploring route, went down the haunted route, and the rest is history. And they've literally built a $20 million juggernaut of an empire. Crazy shit. Crazy shit. Obviously, you know, the internet and their subreddit is still an incredibly toxic place, and it's a messy place to be. Like, I never want to find myself in a Sam and Colby subreddit ever again, because whenever I do, it's just depressing. People, like, just slamming Sam and Colby, talking about how much they despise the channel, how much they despise the content, and it's like, if you don't like it, just don't watch it. Like, it's that simple. But the other question is, obviously, there's debunkers that make a lot of videos about Sam and Colby, and because of how big they are, they've been kind of made the staple of potentially fake paranormal and over-exaggerated paranormal content. And I always wondered if that kind of content on YouTube would have affected Sam and Colby's pockets to any kind of degree. But it just seems like, no, not at all. It doesn't even touch the sides. Like, they are comfortably making an absolute killing every single year, with regardless of whether people believe or disbelieve in their content. Based off the comment sections, people seem to, like, on the majority part, believe their content, but based off of, like, other places like subreddits and, you know, Twitter and stuff like that, people are a bit more reluctant to believe, but actually just still really enjoy their content because they're enjoyable people, they're lovable guys to watch, and they are to a degree, you know. Yeah, they can be a bit annoying at times, but their content's still quite fun. They make it edgy, they make it fun, they make it a bit out there, and I guess it does really cater to teenagers ultimately, and that is a huge audience to go down. People aren't happy about that either, though. They kind of wish that Sam and Colby's content would mature a bit more, and they'd become a bit more serious, but that's not where the money is, and that's not where these guys, they know what their demographic is, they know what target audience they're going for, and they're fucking going for it. What do you guys make of this, though? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump scare the hell out of that like button. Subscribe if you are new. Let me know if these numbers come as any kind of surprise to you. Do you think that like this is their peak, or do you think they can only get bigger and bigger from here? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Yeah, way down there, like, subscribe, and I'll speak to you later.